En route to the city of Chicago, we are getting ready to shoot a client testimonial video for Talentfoot. Showing you guys the Willis Tower here as I open up my sunroof, the biggest tower in the United States, which we are going to. It's going to be my first time inside the Willis Tower. Also here, I'm showing you guys the skyline of the city, the beautiful city of Chicago. It's always amazing to drive down from Chicago or to Chicago from the suburbs. And however, though, I did take this video the next day of the video shoot because I just drive down to Chicago at least like 2 to 3 times a week from the suburbs. Chicago on the day of the shoot looked like this. Very foggy outside, no sunshine, and you cannot see the skyline. It can be very scary all the way up there. This is what it looked like on the day of the shoot, guys. So we make our way on over to the Willis Tower now as we get out of our car and unhaul everything, and we are right underneath all the fog. This is a dope photo that I took. Just aiming right on up to the Willis Tower. So now let's hop right up on into the shoot. So I got the Canon R5c. I'm yet to get a cinema lens for the Canon R5c. I'm actually looking into probably the Sirui Nightwalker lens set very soon to get some cinema lenses. The shutter speed was 1/125 at 60 frames per second. I figured that I should have shot at 24 frames per second. To the top side with the audio, I have a Sennheiser MKE 600 shotgun mic. As you guys can see here, Angel has got a side of the behind the scenes here. We got an Aperture 300D light using as our key light. There's a lot of window light, as you guys can see, pushing over to the left side, but it wasn't just enough since it was very foggy and cloudy out that day during this time of the hour. The reason why I didn't use this 70 to 200 millimeter lens for the lens that I was going to use, for the interview, was because there actually wasn't a lot of room in the office to shoot. So I wanted our subject to be as far away from the wall so we can have some great depth of field, so we can create some depth in between our subject in the background, so we can get that a little bit of blur. And that was not going to happen with the 70 to 200 millimeter lens. And we were also having to think quick of where to shoot since we kind of were running out of time. But since she did so well and did this all in one take, it actually turned out that we had a lot of extra time left over. We wrap up the interviews and we head right into grabbing B-roll of MCI Group. As you can see here, I'm getting a B-roll of them during their brief meeting. After this, they had a bigger meeting, but I didn't record that. After that, we wrapped everything up, which was fairly quick. Angel and I, we go outside, and the sun is beaming. The sun came out, the fog is gone. It's a nice, blissful day out in Chicago. The weather's looking good, and it's
right.
It's like springtime at this point, because this was in May. And I'm just shooting B-roll of the address here so then we can get a nice introduction as our interviewee introduces herself and their group in the video. And then I go on and we're walking down the street so I can get in the middle of the Willis Tower and get a top-down angle clip of the Willis Tower. And then I got clips also from each side of the Willis Tower. So we walked up and down the street. And as we were walking up and down the street, we actually seen the USPS hit somebody's car and then just literally drive off, which was crazy. We didn't get that on camera though. This video shoot took about a good 45 minutes, so we wrap up and go home. So with the little reflection that I have, now we were kind of limited to some B-roll. I wish I could have got some B-roll of Talentfoot, the interviewer, their group. I wish I could have went to their firm and got some footage inside their firm. They were still satisfied with this whole video that I made, and I will show you guys the whole video right after I finish up here in a hot second. I did do a good amount of revisions for this video. The first draft went really good, but it was too long, so I had to chop out a minute of footage and cut out some questions. Even though all the questions that the interviewer was asking, they were great and they had great feedback, but after they seen the first cut, they realized what they didn't want in the video. I cut that, and then I ended up making another revision. Hope you guys enjoyed a little bit of this behind the scenes. I'm gonna show you guys the full video that I've made here. Let me know what you guys think. Any questions, I'll answer them down below. Any recommendations, just leave them down below. And yeah, I'm looking forward to making more videos like this. Stay tuned because I got a lot lined up.
I think that a lot of times we've looked at search more on a soft skills spectrum where it's based on existing relationships, designing a strong job description, using experiential interviewing, all of skills that I think a lot of people who run firms feel like they're really good at. What I think Talentfoot brought into our process was more rigor in terms of having a scorecard, having a data-centered approach to help identify talent so that we could pull some of the emotion or the chemistry pieces out and lean in on the skill set and the expertise that we really needed. I'm Erin Fuller, Global Head of Association Solutions at MCI Group, headquartered in Geneva, Switzerland, and the Chief Strategy Officer for MCI USA. I partnered with Talentfoot to identify and bring on our new Vice President of Marketing Strategy for MCI USA. We were really looking to work with a team of functional experts that could help connect where we wanted to be as a company with the right talent to help get us there. We are so thrilled that Danielle has joined our team. She just celebrated her year anniversary. And for us, what we've really seen is a completely different way of thinking about how we position our firm and how we get the word out about what we do and how we achieve results. So when we look at kind of the key metrics of anything from top of funnel leads to how we're visible in terms of our thought leadership, as well as how the entire marketing team for our US platform looks at how we achieve and measure results, that's all been really transformative since she's joined. I think one of the things that's been excellent is as a global firm, we really wanted someone who would join us who's also a globalist. And so Talentfoot worked to identify the right person who had global experience and I think a global mindset. So her ability to work in partnership with our Geneva-based marketing team that focuses on our global brand, as well as creating more synergy with the US team, has really been very impactful for our overall business. For me, it didn't feel just kind of linear and step-by-step, but we were able to inform and impact the process, and they were really responsive to what we were looking for, because I think sometimes you learn what you're looking for as a result of a really well-run process. First, we went through what the role ideally would include, and there was a scorecard for each candidate, how aligned they were to the role. Before our team was brought in to interview them, our Talentfoot partner would position each of those candidates, walk us through their complete CV, talk about kind of the strong points they'd hit on in an interview, what they were looking for in their next success. And all of that made us feel really comfortable and informed of saying, yes, we want to advance this person to the next stage. We feel like they're a great fit, or no, this is not probably a fit for these reasons, which I also think that our Talentfoot partner took into consideration and then would kind of find us different talent based on those conversations. I would ask if people want to transform what they're doing and what the results they're looking to do, and if they have the right people on board to get that done. I think for me, it was a realization that we needed to think outside of our space, to be outside of our comfort zone. And we also needed real recruitment professionals to go in and find people who were excellent, who already had great jobs that they were doing really well in, versus kind of just hoping someone saw it and would apply. And so you need people who are out there, who have the relationships, who are hunting and creating compelling arguments for talent to make a leap into the unknown. There's a lot that goes into it. I don't discount how hard that work is, and I really appreciate all the work they did on our behalf.